A funny thing happened to me back when I was in my late 20s. I had gone out with some friends before heading over to meet this guy that I'd met online. But I was having so much fun with my friends that I didn't want to leave. Finally, I got up to go, and my girlfriend took one look at me and said, "He isn't going to know what hit him." I was like, "What?" She said, "You're glowing." And I mulled that over in my head as I walked the few blocks over to where I was planning to meet this guy. And sure enough, I must have had my glow on because this guy couldn't stop looking at me. Now, it wasn't going to work because he wasn't my type, but he left that date a very happy man. Now, I had been on many dates before where nothing out of the ordinary happened. So what was different this time? Where did that mysterious glow come from? And why did it seem to mesmerize him like that? Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And my goal is to convince you to live a life of pleasure. I'm the author of The Pleasure Principle, which is my not so secret attempt to turn the dating world upside down by training you to stop pleasing men and start pleasing yourself. And you can join my pleasure posse now by clicking that subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite pleasure tips. So keep watching. If you want to knock him dead on a date, what do? Well, you spend hours making yourself look absolutely gorgeous, right? But the minute you are standing face to face with somebody, the way you look transforms. The way you laugh and the way you speak animates your face. And the way you sit down or you stand or you walk shows off your body. You're giving off pheromones that he's breathing in, and he's absorbing the quality of your energy, whether you're warm or cool or engaged or distracted. And all of those factors add up to an experience of you that's so much more persuasive than how you look in the mirror. Now, there's so much to think about, right? The tone of your voice, the angle of your head, the curve of your lips, that it would drive you crazy to try to control it all. But if you focus on just one thing, one simple, powerful intention, you can transform your ordinary everyday self into a radiant and magical goddess that he cannot resist. And that one thing is sheer pleasure. A woman who is enjoying herself lights up the room. No matter where you are, you can always spot the person who's enjoying themselves the most. That's where all of the energy and the life force is concentrated. And of course, everyone around is jealous. Now, if you're a coffee drinker, the next time you go get a coffee, notice which person behind the counter, if any, truly enjoys their job. Because baristas who love what they do shine. You want to get your coffee from that person because they're going to put good vibes into your cup, and it's going to taste better knowing that somebody who cared made it. But you know the one thing every barista appreciates? It's a customer who appreciates their art. So it's the customer who breathes in those aromas and takes that first sip and rolls the flavors around in their mouth and swallows with their eyes closed and a smile. Seeing someone experience pleasure, especially if you were the one who gave it to him, is a reward in and of itself. And here's a little secret about men. They love seeing a woman experience pleasure. A man buys you a coffee because he's a gentleman, but when he sees you express pleasure in that cup and enjoy every sip, he feels like he ground those beans himself. You don't even have to say anything. In fact, it can be better if you don't. That smile on your face and that quiet moment as you sip tells him how much you're enjoying it. Women who love dating tend to have greater success with men because they go out expecting to have a good time. There are so many things they enjoy about meeting someone, getting to know this person, getting to go out on a Friday night, being single and free, and knowing that anything could happen. For them, it's fun. And that fun is infectious. It makes their date have a good time too. No wonder I was glowing when I showed up for that date, because I had been having so much fun with my friends that I was on a roll. I brought that fun with me and he loved it. So use the power of pleasure on your next date. Even if you're not necessarily looking forward to it, charge yourself up with pleasure beforehand. So just before going to meet him, do something that you really, really enjoy. If you can, go out with friends. Like maybe you could meet your friends for coffee right before you meet this guy for coffee. But anything that puts a smile on your face and gets you in the mood will work. Like sometimes I would go for a run in some beautiful natural scenic spot before a date, because then I would feel all relaxed and blissed out. When you have been enjoying yourself and you bring that vibe onto a date, he won't know what hit him. Dates are usually so stressful and so awkward, and it's so nice when the other person shows up with good vibes. And then when you're ready to take that next step, start expressing more pleasure during your dates. So if you like the venue, take a moment to look around and to smile. If you like the food, savor every bite. And if you like the look of him, don't be afraid to hold his gaze and smile. And again, you don't have to say anything. Your body language will be doing the talking. Pleasure is so powerful because it acts like an aphrodisiac to men. And I explain the science behind this and a step-by-step guide to cultivating a life of pleasure in my book, The Pleasure Principle. Now, if you've tried every other Attract Men program in the book, and I know there are a ton of them, and still aren't experiencing the success you want, this could be a game changer for you. Because it turns out that when we switch our focus to what pleases us rather than what pleases men, we attract better quality men who love nothing more than pleasing us too. You can find out more at yourbrilliance.com/pleasure-principle, and I will see you next time.